Alright, so we are at 581 Woodbury, Pittsboro, North Carolina. Today is the 24th of August, 2020. So, we are in actually the sewer main, the collective main, the bigger one, probably looking at about 8 or 10 inch pipe. I kind of had to push out this far because my camera keeps getting kind of fogged. So, alright, so we're pulling up now. And then we are going to go, we're in the vertical, I think. No, we're not in the vertical. So, this is the drop where it drops down to the city sewer main. Now, I apologize for the camera head being kind of foggy and dirty, but I think there's a lot of steam coming off the that main sewer. A lot of hot water being used at the moment, so it just happens. So what I'm going to do is pause the video, and we'll try to locate this, and then I might get the customer to run a little bit of cold water. And see if we can get this camera head cleaned up a little bit. Alright, pausing the video. Alright, got that camera head clean, that's great. We are 6 foot 5 inches deep. I did take a picture, but this sewer line is going, I think the city sewer goes in between the units 580 and 579. So we're going to pull back to 47 foot. And locate, just a general locate, or if we find something of note first, we'll locate that also. This is PVC, by the way. It's just like a green, more industrial PVC. Looks really good. I'm gonna go ahead and pull back to. I'm just seeing if there's a clean out anywhere. If not, we'll go back to that 47 foot. So as of right now, we're kind of like up under the neighbor's porch, 580's back porch. So we're just going to scoot back to that 47, do general locate, and then try to pull back and find that clean out. Alright, pausing the video again. Alright, we're back. We located 3 foot 6 inches deep. 3 foot 6 to this location, just a general locate in here, and just another maybe 10 foot. So I think right around here we're going to be squarely under that porch of unit 580, back porch. So I didn't see any T's tying in. I think this sewer line has its own, independent tap into the city sewer, or the community sewer, I'll say. So there is a bump right here. Luckily the sewer is grading fast enough that it's not causing a back grade, but that is typically what you see when roots are pushing up from the bottom. They have not penetrated the pipe or anything, but that's typically what you see. It just basically makes an impression. That eventually will get worse, and it will, alright, we got to clean out here. We're going to locate this guy. That's what you're seeing at about 12 o'clock on the top of that screen. But back to that little impression, it eventually, the root will keep growing and misshaping the pipe and yada yada. Probably would be years and years from now, but it eventually will bust through that or just collapse the pipe altogether. But as of right now, I don't see it being an obstruction issue. And again, I think it would be years down the road before anything like that happens. So we must be right outside the home. We're going to go try to find this clean out, or at least locate it if we can't find it. So we're going to pause the video. Alrighty, that is 2 foot 2. I did find the top of the clean out, just barely, but I found it. Got some pictures, so you'll know where to reference that. So we're counting negative now, because I started the footage right when we left the foundation. So I'm actually scoping through what's called a backwater valve, and I don't necessarily know why this is here, but code is when you have upstream manholes, so the basically the manhole that is incoming from where your sewer ties in, you have to have a backwater valve if that manhole lid is higher than the lowest floor of your home. So this backwater valve is kind of in not great shape. This flap is actually extremely rigid. It's supposed to be able to flop open very easily to let solids pass through, because this side of the pipe is where the human waste comes down. So this is supposed to have much more pliability and malleability in it. It just doesn't. On top of that, it's cracked right here, and it's broken. None of the existing screws work, so whoever put it back on used self-tappers, and it is completely devoid. Oh, no, it's not. It does have a gasket, but it ain't doing nothing. So what I'm going to do is actually just silicone it, clean that up and silicone it, which will be just fine. And yeah, so that's I am gonna recommend a backwater valve replacement. They have new ones that are made out of PVC. They just have a rubber gasket, and they swing super easy, and they really don't cause as many problems as these tend to cause. Because you can literally get a main sewer clog in your home just because this flat isn't working properly. So I'll address that. I'll take some pictures, and then we'll give it a little quote for that. But besides that, the sewer line itself looked fantastic, really good. Had one little bump in there from a root pushing in, but hadn't penetrated the pipe and wasn't causing any sort of belly. So I have nothing to complain about. And we found a clean out, which is great. That's really good information to have. So sewer line gets an A, backwater valve gets an F, and we'll address that accordingly. Thanks.